So the new raid has been kicking our ass for about a week now, and since I've had the opportunity to go in for another week and with some additional learnings, we've managed to fine-tune that trio Queen Amidala team for max scores. Let's talk about the new, most effective way of getting this done. Before we begin then, let's take a look at modding, and I do have to apologise for the first video I sent out there. There was a little confusion about the mod setup that was different to the one I actually used. That's because I did hours of testing and there was lots of changes back and forth. So let's just jump in and talk about my latest way of getting this modding done. What's important in this? Speed and offense are the two primary concerns. On Queen Amidala in particular, I have gone for speed and offense with a bit of potency. That potency really is a luxury. It's not that important to get done. You do not need it. It just adds that additional chance of landing those exposes. So what thresholds are we looking for? I would recommend trying to get your Queen Amidala around 340 to 360 speed. Anywhere in that region will do. Do not worry about survivability at all. It's not important. And then maximize your offense as much as possible. So mine right now has got 9,500 offense. That primarily comes from that offense set with offense primaries on the cross and on the triangle. Now the arrow is running speed because I do need that little bit of extra speed on there. My potency overall is what, 52%. It's not particularly high. I wouldn't bother recommending forcing you into a potency set. We're talking very minimal gains here. But about 340 to 360 speed and as much offense as you can. Try to break it over 9,000. The higher you go, the more reliable this team is going to be. Padawan Obi-Wan then, we are looking at, once again, a certain level of speed and as much offense as you can. We're running right now a health set and an offense set. On the arrow over here, we've got speed with offense percentile secondaries. Triangle, we are looking to have that crit damage because we're relying on having that advantage available to us to do really, really big damage, particularly on the AoE, and then an offense primary on the cross. If we look at some of the stat thresholds then, again, don't worry too much about survivability. 310 speed, you want somewhere between 305 to 314-ish, and you want him to be at least one speed slower than your Master Qui-Gon Jinn. My offense over here, physical offense of 11,395, as high as you can get that within that speed threshold range, and that crit damage triangle is what you are looking to get. Yes, it can be a little bit tricky. Crit chance, don't worry about it. You're relying on advantage up. You can't really gain enough crit chance to reliably crit the enemy without advantage. They've got about 150% crit avoidance. So really, unless you're going in with a full 5-man team of Galactic Republic allies, you're not going to reliably crit. So don't worry about modding for it. Finally then, we are looking at Master Qui-Gon Jinn. Master Qui-Gon Jinn, what do we want him to be? Offensive and speedy enough to be faster than Padawan Obi-Wan. That's the threshold. So minus 312 speed, he's 2 speed higher than our Padawan Obi-Wan, and his offensive capabilities 9,175, as much as we can reliably get. So offense primaries wherever we can. I wouldn't worry too much about a crit damage triangle on this guy. He's not really there to be critting. You're going to be gaining some extra true damage when you're using his attacks out of turn regardless, so the higher you pump his offense, the more reliable this team is going to be. So not only have we changed the modding, but I've also had a look through the Discord server and we found ourselves a really reliable opener that lets us get 10 stacks of Queen's Protection at the end of Wave 1, and it makes the rest of the run far more smooth. So a big shout out to Dunsterity, I think his name is, Dunsterity, something like that. I apologise if I butchered your name there, but he did come up with a turn order or a move order for the first wave that really helps get this honed in. So we're going to be using that approach and some of the same approaches as we've spoken about before to try and maximise our damage output and get through those waves as quickly as possible. So I'm taking a slightly adapted approach to Dunsterity, but what we're going to do is we'll start off with a basic from Queen Amidala, then the enemies will take all of their turns. After that, we're going to start using specials. Alright, so once we get back round, over here it'll be Master Qui-Gon Jinn's turn. We use his second special, targeting one of the battle droids, first special from Padawan Obi-Wan, and a basic from Queen Amidala. Hopefully what that's going to do is get rid of one of the units. If it leaves him with a little bit of health, that's absolutely okay. Next up, what are we looking to do? Well, Dunsturty says we should try and use an AoE here to clear out some of the droids. I'm not going to do that. We're going to use the first special from Master Qui-Gon Jinn with no problems over here, get rid of another droid, and we're going to just basic with Padawan Obi-Wan here. You can, I've seen people say they use the second special here to do that AoE and clear out additional units, but in my experience that means you go into the next wave with less chance of having that AoE available to clear out the wave. So I recommend just doing a basic here. Now you want to target down and summon in the bodyguard and kill one unit. You want to be able to have that bodyguard in the game with only 2 B1 battle droids left on the field, as well as the commander droid. So that's killed that individual B1 unit. Now we're just waiting round. We need to have our stacks of heal over time expire whilst we have the bodyguard up available. We're just using basics here to clear out the enemy team. Should hopefully get rid of them, and we should have some of that dispelling action going on. Going to use that first special from Queen Amidala to gain the extra buffs, and boom. This is what you're looking to do. End wave 1 with 10 stacks of that Queen's Protection. That's going to be spreading additional stats, offense and crit damage to the rest of your allies for the rest of the encounter. So we're using the first special here, and I think I go ahead and use the second special from Master Qui-Gon Jinn. As we know, that's going to pass 30% additional offense to Padawan Obi-Wan for 2 turns. After this, you want to be able to get rid of the Droidica. We're looking to get that advantage on our Padawan Obi-Wan ahead of doing an AoE. So there we go. The AoE attacks there from their B1s hit our Master Qui-Gon Jinn, and that's passed advantage to Padawan Obi-Wan, which is going to guarantee us a critical hit. This is why we've saved our AoE. Use the AoE, boom. So what can go wrong at this point? A couple of things can happen. What can happen is the commander droid takes a bonus turn and he strips away all your buffs. If that happens and Padawan Obi-Wan is your next turn and you're not able to get advantage up again, back out, restart, and don't waste your time. You need to be able to clear this wave very quickly. So he's gone ahead and he's cleared off all of the buffs once again. We kill him as quickly as we possibly can, and this is where the next stage of RNG comes. So you're coming into your first turn now with the ability to go ahead and call in the fleet ability. Okay, we're going to go up into space, and there's a choice of 3 special abilities that we can use. Based on the ability that the commander droid has here in the middle, it's either going to be the quick one or it's going to be charge. Charge looks like 3 chevrons. That one there indicates it's going to be a bonus turn modifier. If the enemy has got that bonus turn modifier, you want to use the Disrupt Communications special ability in fleet. If not, you want to go ahead and use the last special ability on this first wave. So he's got the quick one, not the charge one, so we're going to use the last special ability. This is going to give us locked tenacity up and potency up and all this sort of business. We just want to make sure that we don't get that provoke and deal as much damage as quickly as possible. So specials are the way here. We're just going to use what we can and hopefully plan in the next wave to get some really good damage with an AoE from from Padawan Obi-Wan, I apologize. So enemies take their turn. We're going to lose a little bit of enrage meter there. Dispel the buffs, get those exposes out. AoE here, trigger some of the exposes, and we're going to call in, I think we're going to call in, or are we not? I think we do call in the bodyguard here. It's going to kill one of those B1 droids. We're most likely going to lose the taunt, because there's quite a lot of enemy damage here. That's not really a problem, because we've got our Queen's Protection right now. That's all we really care about. So just clearing out the enemy phase here. Just using basics right now. And we'll get the speed up on Padawan Obi-Wan, and I'm not sure, I think we just basic here. Nope, we use the dice. That's going to give Padawan Obi-Wan some additional damage going into the next wave. So, Droidicas, they've got the charge bonus ability here. That can come in your favor. With the charge bonus ability, where they're getting that bonus turn, if it doesn't go to the enemy commander droid and they crit your Master Qui-Gon Jinn, then you're going to have advantage on Padawan Obi-Wan, so you can use that AoE. That's what we're looking for. Always target the droidicas or the staps in waves like these. We want to try and kill them as soon as possible. Who gets the bonus turn? Over there. One of the B1s got it, and that's going to have given advantage, as you can see, to our Padawan Obi-Wan, which is exactly what we want. So AoE, boom. That is what you're looking to try and do. Yes, it's RNG based, but you can try your best to manipulate that situation. Just try to identify the scenarios where you don't get that RNG and back out to save yourself hours worth of time. Okay, so we are going into our second chance to use the fleet special ability. So once again, we check out the command droid. What bonus ability has he got? He has got the charge one. This is the one that gives them bonus turns after every one of your turns. It is awful for your enrage meter. So we're going to use Disrupt Communications, all right? Up out into fleet right now, we're going to use Disrupt Communications, which looks like the little radio dish in the bottom right corner there. That radio dish, we go ahead and blow that up, gets rid of the command droid special ability, no bonus turns, focus down the staps first, and then worry about the rest of the units. So just basics when you can. I only tend to use that first special with Queen Amidala if we happen to have the bodyguard out available to us. Using specials quite freely now to try and chew through these waves as quickly as possible. Yes, I am going to summon in the additional droid, I think. Yep, droid, sorry, additional taunts, just to get the additional damage. Absolutely fantastic. So we're just waiting here. At this point, we're feeling pretty good. We're only at 58% in rage. Quite confident that we can kill most of this wave before we get much more in rage meter. I'm saving my AoE from Padawan Obi-Wan right now because I feel like I should be able to use it at the start of the next wave to do some really good damage. Don't spam that AoE. That AoE should be saved for when there are many, many units on the field and you've managed to prep, hopefully with some advantage going into the wave. So we're just clearing out the units here. We have got that legendary battle meditation on Master Qui-Gon Jinn for counterattacks. Just trying to set up a good situation where we can get a nice AoE out of Padawan Obi-Wan. So once again, there's no charge. There is charge. They've got the quick modifier on the commander droid. I'm not going to use the AoE here because we do not have advantage available. Want to make sure you've got advantage available so you can crit for sure. Take out those droidicas first and foremost. That is your goal, guys. Save that first special in case droidica's gone into damage immunity, but we managed to clear through anyway. So we have advantage now on Padawan Obi-Wan, but it looks like the enemy command droid is going to take it away. We've re-got it again from another AoE, so it's good RNG here. Just need a turn, AoE, boom. Only try to use that AoE when you have advantage on Qui-Gon Jinn. That is the biggest benefit. And then we can just clear out this last command droid. So we're going into the penultimate wave right now. We've only got one option left available. Unfortunately, we do have the charge bonus ability now, so they are going to gain bonus turns. Nothing we can do about it right now, but we do have massively overpowered. Take out the staps as quickly as possible and hope that stap doesn't put provoke on your team. Like that. Unfortunately, I did get the provoke. It's okay though, because we do have the Queen's Bodyguard ability available to us. That Queen's Bodyguard ability, when you summon that decoy, will actually dispel all debuffs on your team. So it will get rid of provoke. Provoke is a really dangerous ability to have because it reduces your damage output and it causes you to hurt yourself. So don't be afraid, particularly at this point, to start spamming those specials, okay? We've got 84% to enrage. As long as we don't hit 100% in this wave, we'll go into the last wave without the possibility of hitting enrage. That's really what you're looking to try and get done, okay? So kill the units as quickly as possible. Try not to let them take turns. It is a little bit irritating that we got the charge bonus turn, the penultimate wave. It means they're going to gain a lot of additional turns right at the end. So I think we end this wave on about 97%. Something like that. So it does cut it very, very fine. So I use the AoE here just because we need to clear the wave as quickly as possible. And then you've hit the final wave, 97% on enrage, which means you might as well be at 0% enrage. Take out the droidicas, and you could probably put it on full auto at this point, because there's not a whole lot that the enemy team can actually do now. We're feeling really comfortable, there's a lot of survivability in this team, and we're still able to get some good AoEs out. So the droidica is rolled up into damage immunity. You have got a number of sources of dispelling, Qui-Gon Jinn with his special, and Queen Amidala as well with her first special can both dispel buffs. So if you have to do that to those droidicas, go ahead and do it. They are still the biggest threat in this. Get rid of them and just have some fun with it. Hopefully, I think we do actually manage to get off another advantage-based AoE from Padawan Obi-Wan and seal off the victory here. But I've definitely found that this is the most reliable way of getting this done. It's all about getting that early Queen's Protection up to 10 stacks and then trying to time out getting those AoEs with advantage on. Big hits there from Padawan Obi-Wan and clearing it out. Modding, lots of offense and good speed timings should really see you through. But that's enough out of me today, ladies and gentlemen. I apologise it's taken me this long to get you an updated guide for this, but this seems to be, at the moment, the most reliable way of getting this tough team finished off at the max score. Let me know in the comments section if this has helped you at all, and if it's not, please let me know if you have a better solution, and I'll try and spread it wider. Huge shout out to all you wonderful people out there. Massive shout out to my patrons. You guys are awesome. I'll see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.